This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Home to the Devil's Cauldron Volcano, welcome to Treasure Island, located in the South Pacific Ocean. Ahoy! I'm Rich Lerner, alongside my friend and colleague. We call him the Dark Pirate. He's from New Zealand, Frank Nobilo. Ready to call all the action out here today on this hard-to-find, mysterious course. Good luck finding this in your hometown. Some are here, Frank, just for the lure of the buried treasure. But I can't wait to see what this course brings to the table. What can you tell us about Devil's Cauldron Volcano?
Rich, the first thing that you notice are the different flag sticks out there. The skull and crossbones are there for all to see. And you're right about the treasure. It's there to be found. And you don't always have to take the direct route. But get off the ship, find some dry land, keep away from the water, and you'll be more than rewarded. But also be very, very wary. The bounty's not for everyone. So grab your 6-iron and don't walk the plank. He goes after it like he is here. Huge with a capital H.
Moved it a long ways. Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Second from an excellent lie. Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
That ball is lost in the water. This now the fourth shot after the last one was in the water.
Yeah, just somehow just get it on the green.
He went for the brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is. Just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
Frank, this is his sixth shot here.
Well, this is the difference between the good players and the great players. Really, just that compounding of a mistake, one after the other.
Stuck the follow-through right there. This could be really good. Well on the green, but far from the hole.
Yeah, a little bit of a head scratcher. A lot of work coming up here.
Chance to get it close here. Frank, when you look at great rivalries in sports, you realize that athletes need each other. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to achieve greatness, to achieve legendary status. And in golf, Tom Watson needed Jack Nicklaus to push him to another level.
And also to define an era. Without one, we couldn't...
Frank, not easy to keep your eye on the target when you've just splashed down.
Yeah, but on the flip side too, one bad shot doesn't have to lead to two.
Still going, and going the wrong way. This is the 5th shot after that previous one went into the drink. Frank, we talk so often about striking the golf ball. This player is a superior ball striker, but there's another element involved, isn't there?
It's called distance control. It's not the number on the bottom of the club you're hitting. It's knowing how far it goes to avoid mistakes just like that.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Well, double par here, time to pick up and move on. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Been a little bit of a fight so far, 3 over par. Frank, you've seen golf holes around the world. What do you think of the par 3 second here at Treasure Island?
Fun hole, really, Rich. Small green just up there on that ledge, and really, you have to pick the right weapon off this tee. In the direction of the sand.
It looks like it.
Lucky devil. That was going in the bunker all the way. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie. Really? This is an awkward length.
So a tester from 4 feet. All right, hanging in. That's a par and 4 over. Clean this up with a tap. Did the job right there. Frank, this is an amazing tee ball that the player is asked to hit. You need to be down that left side. That's obvious, but you don't want to go too far left. That is also obvious.
Yeah, too far left and you'll be more than shipwrecked. This is the first par 5 at Treasure Island. A good one down that left side, obviously between the water and mountain range, and you just might be able to get home in two.
Can't tell, Frank. Do you think there's a way to go down that right side?
There is a secret passage. I can't tell you.
Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, it's certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
Pretty good result right there, considering...
It looked rough all the way,
Exactly.
Rich. It really did. Well, with a good shot here, Rich, I tell you, this eagle on the cards, hole very reachable from where he is.
Don't get many opportunities like this. This is a good place to take advantage. Playing a full 180 yards now. Frank, can you recall a situation where before an important round, an instructor gave you one small tweak, maybe flare your left toe out, or just shift a little bit of the weight onto the back foot, or the instructor gave you that one small bit of advice and it made a huge difference?
Yeah, the list is too long, Rich, and it's normally just someone that you've trusted over the years, and we all make just little bad habits. Sometimes you're stooped over a little bit more than normal. You're not standing tall enough. The ball is too far back in your stance or too far forward. You're making a funny little move, or your grip is different. It's always the little things that add up to the big problem. Got to be careful here. Downhill, he's got to time it good because your weight's a little bit more on your front foot. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Frank in a bit of trouble here at the par 5, missing the green on that third shot.
You're just battling to make par. And this is going to be difficult.
That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Sitting down just a little bit in that second cut and 160 yards left.
Rich, too much grass between ball and club face.
Paid a price with the tee ball landing in the rough. I have this at about 125 yards. Oh, get down. Look out.
It's over. The green.
Frank, that's always the danger coming out of the rough is you catch a flyer.
Yeah, that ball wasn't sitting all the way down, so you really got to judge the lie. And there was a 50-50 chance that was going to fly.
And he's made it onto the green now. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go.
Hey, Rich, this is the best thing I've ever seen for slow play. You hang around on the tee too much, you're going to melt.
Let's get moving right now. Hit the darn ball. Just 5 feet left. Chases that in for par to stay at 4 over. Locked in on the read and the speed. It has been frustrating. 6 over par already. Here at the 4th, Frank, what's the best way to take on this hole?
It has to be a good tee shot, Rich. It's a dogleg left, but you don't really worry about that fact. Worry about the fact that the fairway is anything other than straight. So somehow just find a little sliver of fairway. Then you're going to find that second shot that much more inviting. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. That one is just a little offline, and that will not end up in the fairway. Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. So this is where club selection becomes much more important. Uphill, make sure you have enough stick, and then swing away. Good looking shot right here. Birdie try up next.
Rich, with a lie like that on the rough, you're going to get too much grass between club face and ball. You're going to have to adjust for that and at least take a club or two more.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
100 yards left for the 3rd shot here. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Oh, you can see the frustration. Almost kicked his putter head right there with a drop shot here at the fourth. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy.
That was a good run at it, Rich.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
That's a bogey. No one likes these. Putt for double bogey. 6 over for the day. Well, this hole, Frank, is quite a design. Not a long hole, but there's trouble.
There certainly is, but I would say this is a birdie hole for most. Short par 4. Good tee shot's just going to leave you a little pitch in there. A lot of little features along the way, but really just keep it between the skull on the right and the mountain on the left.
See, but that could be distracting, the skull rock formation on the right.
Well, just don't skull your tee shot.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living. He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there. Wow. John Daly, take a back seat, big fella. How about that drive?
Is it stopped yet? It's still going.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much. Well, that was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
And setting up here in the rough. Solid play, heart of the green. Now that is a shot that will be replayed over and over. Settles in over the putt. Continues to roll the ball very well. Sixth hole now at Treasure Island, Frank. This is a severe downhill par 4.
A series of tee boxes here to play, but you're right, Rich. Just sort of tee it up there, let that ball float a little further because of the downhill. Tee shot wants to be left of that huge needle rock to the player's right. And from there, once again, you're not going to have a long second shot to a green that is very, very kind.
You are going to have some really good views from up here.
Hazard?
Maybe wet. That ball is lost in the water. So hit the previous shot in the water, took a drop. This now the third shot. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Just a bit offline and into the bunker. Miss hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
She's played some solid golf today. See if she can keep it going with another birdie. Made a good run at birdie. He'll have to focus now. Try to walk away with the par. Getting set now over the putt. Take no pleasure in saying it, but it's a fact. It's a double bogey. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. Frank, to get home in 2 on this par 5, the 7th, you'd need more than a great shot on your second. You'd need like a cannon shot, wouldn't you?
You'd need a cannon off the tee and a cannon for your second. Also, playing down the left side, you're going to make that 600-plus yards play that much longer. Really, the goal here is still make sure you get on the fairway, because this is a difficult fairway to hit, because it steeps down over several different levels, plus it's hardly flat.
Frank, you always start out thinking about going low, but you know in this game you can end up feeling low. What do you tell a player who's had an off day?
Well, this is as much about managing your misses as celebrating your great shots. You look at the best players in the world, they know how to play bad better than anybody.
Not the best shot, this one in the rough, but still will have a play from there. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another. Are you for real?
It was terrible. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. And now the second shot here at this par 5.
Well, that's a little absurd, that, Rich. That shot wasn't that hard, but It's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact. Probably going to have to hit one more club here, Frank. A little bit uphill. Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Frank, a little too much club right there.
You think? I mean, that never even sniffed hitting the green.
Fourth shot, wants to get this close. So, Frank, with this approach shot, need to put it in there reasonably close and hope for a bogey.
Yeah, and that actually wouldn't be so bad. A string of mistakes, and just to minimize the damage to just one drop shot, you'd nearly give yourself a pat on the back.
That shot does finish up on the green, but it sets up for a very difficult putt. This is a cross-country special. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. That one got away. Everything has gone wrong today. Just continues to be ugly. This one just requires a little bit of focus. +8 on the scorecard now. Eighth hole's a par 3, Frank, with a most unusual green.
I'm really cross at this hole, Rich. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Oh, that's off the beaten track. You've got 5 minutes to find it. This is way left going left.
And that one's going to be in the rough, it looks like. And it is not looking like a good lie. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. And he's made it onto the green now.
Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Our attempt here. Come on, you have to make that, don't you? Drop shot here at the 8th. Got it for par. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Whew, this is tough to watch.
I've already got my eyes covered.
Frank, I have to be honest. I'm tired of looking at you. It is nice to look at a pretty feature on a hole. How about that mermaid out there?
I never noticed it, Rich. I was looking at the shipwreck in the distance.
It's all golf with you, isn't it?
Well, when he goes after it like he is here...
I mean, that is one of the hardest drives I have ever seen. Just let it rip. Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You're going to need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
The second shot now to the par 4.
You're going to need some sort of miracle putt.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Long putt here. This will require a good touch. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Well, you can see the golfer is just boiling right now after that miss and a drop shot here at the ninth. Shouldn't be a problem here. Been a rocky round. So a tester from 4 feet. Well, that's a relief, and they go to 7 over par. Getting ready to start the back 9 here. We're on the pirate ship at the 10th hole. 2 paths to choose from here, partner.
Well, there certainly is, Rich. Chance to hit the tee shot off the deck. Wider fairway on the left, but if you're game, and I mean very game, that little hint of fairway down the right side. But are you good enough?
You need to be bold to play it down there. That's in the fairway. Setting up for this next approach, our featured player starting to pick it up after that less than stellar start to the round.
But as we know, Rich, golf is such a streaky game. Perhaps now this player can catch fire and put together some good holes in a row.
What was he thinking there?
I have no earthly idea.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. You almost lose count at this point. Safe to say, not under par. In fact, well over par. Frank, to me, this is the ultimate test of a gamer's ability. A par 5 like this, right in the middle of Buccaneer Bay with all of these choices. This is something special.
It is. Forget the fairway on the left. Forget the one next to it, even the one short of it. Look at the 2 on the right, because those 2 give you a chance to reach the par 5 and 2.
Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker.
Oh, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it?
Missed the fairway in the fairway bunker now.
It's not all gloom and doom, though. Lip isn't too high. A good swing here still shouldn't be a problem.
Well, given the choice, most players would rather play from the green grass versus the white sand.
Yeah, there was no advantage to try and take that much more out of that fairway bunker. Couldn't reach the green. That's a smart play.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. That one is in the bunker. This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it is well on the cards.
Well, no other way to say it, Frank. That's just an awful shot.
Bad.
Good effort and good par putt. Well done. Frank, this is why gamers love Treasure Island. Because of the challenge. Because of holes like this.
There's always choices to be made. The biggest fairway, do you go for that? Do you go for the longest fairway? Do you go for the shortest fairway? All those choices, those fairways, they're just a little bit bigger than the size of a green. Once you find a fairway, there it is in the distance. That's the pot of gold.
Where do you drop your clubs and go to the beach and call it a day? I mean, this is some tough work out there.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like.
Oh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290. Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Don't blame the computer on this one. This is way offline.
It's not a glitch.
Are you for real? It was terrible.
Everything has gone wrong today. Just continues to be ugly. Has the putt, and now at 6 over par. Frank, this is an amazing hole. The par 5 13th. First chance eventually to get to Volcano Island, but also a chance to make a huge number here. So much trouble.
Well, you can see why, too. There's trouble all over the place here, Rich. Fairway really is down the right side. And then it depends on how far you hit that tee. He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there. That is a heat-seeking missile right there. Wow. Oh my goodness, Frank, did you see that? He just annihilated that.
He just threw precision out the window. This is all about brute strength, and that is miles. Great swing, Rich. Fundamentally really solid. Sets up to the ball, stands to the ball well. Good full backswing. Nothing's overly hard. Really good speed increase, too, on the way down. Effortless.
I love the rhythm and tempo of that swing. Nice position, short grass. Second shot. Playing his second shot here at the par 5.
That was terrible.
Has his par. Always love to hear the sound of the bottom of the cup. Frank, the thing about Treasure Island is at any point a player could stop and consider just where they are. And if they're not where they need to be mentally, they could really be thrown off their game. You're right at the base of a volcano here.
What's the chance for your round to heat up, too?
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee. Second shot, good look at the green. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Setting up for an approach shot here. Good looking shot right here. Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one. Really. This is an awkward length. Oh, good roll, good putt.
Been a rocky round. Frank, this is where you begin to see almost this ingenious, evil nature of this design by the Pirates here at Treasure Island. It gets punishing to the finish.
It certainly does, Rich. This is also where we start our ascent to the summit of Devil's Cauldron with just a little tempting par 3. Just goes across, has to be flighted well across the ravine, but it's got to be up, it better be high, and it better be long enough.
The grind is about to begin here at the par 3 15th. Each hole from here on out climbing up to the top of the volcano. I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
This is about 125 yards. That might be a fat 8-iron for me. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Well, a fine birdie chance for her right now.
Great, too.
Beautiful.
Second shot.
Rough day so far, 4 over par on the round. 16th hole at Treasure Island. Pure danger, Frank, off that left side while continuing the climb.
And it's aptly named Devil's Elbow, but be careful because right at the corner of the elbow, now there's no funny bone. Have to be short or long of that, otherwise you're going to go all the way down to the bottom.
Frank, these days golfers are training like high-level athletes from other sports. Rory McIlroy, for example, has been using a guy by the name of Steve McGregor, who happened to be the trainer for the New York Knicks of the NBA.
And part of his training now is high altitude. The majority of the medal holders, for example, in the Olympics, or medal winners in the Olympics, actually use high altitude training. You can develop more red blood cells in a shorter period of time. But, golf, we've had so many different types of training from the athlete side. But you go back to the old days of Henry Cotton beating an old tire. Vijay Singh picked up on that. Or even the rhythm of Sam Snead. He used to count in the rhythm. It was 1, 2, 3. It was 1 at the top of the swing, 2 at impact, and 3 at the follow through. All those things are still very valid today.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Not an especially great round heading to the finishing stretch here, Frank.
Well, that's sometimes where you do have a cursory look at the scorecard, Rich. If there's a couple of par fives ahead, knuckle down. Really got to play the easier holes well, especially in these conditions.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here. And this one just starts right of the flag.
Flared that one a bit to the right, but still not too bad. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Beautiful stroke right there. Finds the bottom of the cup with ease. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. All right, hanging in. That's a par and 4 over. Well, Frank, it is time to walk the plank here at the 17th hole.
And don't put a foot wrong if you do. There'll be no help from your parrot as you try and veer a little left on this hole that bends that way. Up and up we go. Nearly to the top of the volcano.
Watch your step, matey. He's going to have to find something, Frank, other than the rough.
Yeah, there's hitting it right and there's hitting it left, but when you've got to go out of both barrels, the game becomes hard.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie.
Remember, out of the rough, expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par. Yeah, it was a little over-ambitious.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole. Don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Frank, that was a pretty good shot right there.
Yeah, he's done well to minimize the damage.
Frank, in golf, as we know, there's short grass and there's long grass. We all want to be in that short grass, but it doesn't always work out that way. So what's the most important element from the shot, from the rough?
You have to be a little bit more conservative first and foremost, because you can't guarantee a perfect strike out of the long grass. So therefore you have to look around the greens, maybe short, to the right, to the left, and realize what's involved. And also just give yourself a slightly bigger target.
That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club? Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Once you hit double the par, it is time to just pick up and move on. Count that as a quadruple bogey. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Chases that in for par to stay at 4 over. Standing on top of the world here at the 18th Frank at Treasure Island, tee box situated right at the lip of, just a volcano, that's all. How do you survive this hole, Frank?
Well, you've certainly lost all thoughts and memories of Buccaneers Bay, because this is it. This is the finale, and what a way it is to finish. Flash your tee shot, hopefully up high in the sky. Carry the lava, the hot, boiling, molten lava that is. Find the green safely, putt out, and that's it. You've finished Treasure Island.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Yeah, about 145 yards left here. This one measures out to 24 feet. Did a nice job with that putt. Good read, good speed.
It's at sneaky distance.
Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold. Very bold.
These putts keep the round together.
You'd like that one again?
Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
That hurts. Getting set now over the putt. So, today, a round of 76. This would be one drop shot for her, if she makes it. Everything has gone wrong today. It just continues to be ugly. She struggled out there. There's no other way to say it. She just didn't have her best stuff, and she paid the price.